Shalom. I'd like to start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is the Mayim in Atlanta, and just saw this article on End Time Headlines. Really just saw it 3 minutes ago. I was like, this deserves a lesson. But it came out September 3rd of 2025, and it says digital ID cards may soon be mandatorily distributed to all in Britain. And this goes into the MOTB, the mark. It's because it's going to be made mandatory. And we're coming into those days. We're about to watch the economy all around the world crash. The economies of these different countries crash. We're watching World War III come up. We see the gospel spreading throughout the world. And as it said, then this gospel will be teached to the ends of the earth, and then shall the end come. Paraphrasing, but the end is here, and part of that end is the MOTB, which they're going to try and insert a digital micro, an RFID micro C-hip into your body. But first, they work off of gradualism. And so they'll take incremental steps to put that, to get to their eventual goal. And this right here with a digital ID card is just one of those incremental steps for them to get to their goal. But getting back to the article, it says every person in Britain could be forced to sign up for a digital ID card after Emmanuel Macron demanded action to tackle the scourge of illegal working. And I could be wrong. I thought Macron was French. But yeah, they're going to come. They always come with problem reaction solution, where they have a problem which they've created themselves, which will come to a reaction from the people, or which will bring a reaction from the people, which will have the solution already there. And in this case, it's this digital ID card, but it's going to keep growing. Gradualism as well. They work off of a formula. So they're not very fluid, and you notice that it's all formulas. It's certain steps, it's certain ways in which they do things to accomplish their goals. But it says Sir Keir Starmer told the cabinet he would be exploring options around the concept as part of a wider package of reforms designed to make it harder for illegal migrants to live and work here. And so they bust all these migrants in over the years, over the last few decades, and now it's a problem. They did this purposely. They brought these people in purposely to pull this, to make everybody get a digital ID card. It says Downing Street confirmed ministers are explaining proposals for a digital ID scheme 15 years after the idea was abandoned following an outcry about the impact on civil liberties. So they tried to put this in 15 years ago, and they're coming back because now people can see the problem in which they push this problem. They push people, they open the borders and told people to come so that they could eventually tag everybody, just like cattle. It says under one option, anyone applying for a new job would be required to produce their digital ID to demonstrate that they have the right to live and work in the UK. Similar provisions could also be introduced for those moving to new accommodation, making a benefit claim, or accessing public services. So Keisha is going to be in trouble once this is introduced to the U.S. and all the welfare recipients, in which Esau's on welfare even more than Jake is. But they'll tell you that it's us. Which we even, me saying Keisha even shows that. That's still in my mind. These things have to be purged out. That's why we need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So similar provisions could also be introduced for those moving to Slovakia. Skipping down, Labor ruled out ID cards as recently as July, with Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds saying the idea was not our approach. But Sir Keir has been told by Mr. Macron to address pull factors attracting migrants to Britain in return for French help in stopping the boats. Okay. Allies of the French president have warned the UK's lax rules make it an El Dorado for migrants. El Dorado is the city of gold. It says Whitehall sources said former Prime Minister Tony Blair has also continued to push the idea behind the scenes, and with Sir Keir coming under intense pressure to be seen to be acting on illegal migration, he is now done. It says down, but I think it's got to be done. A U-turn. The PM's official spokesman told reporters that the government would always look at what works. And so also, these politicians, they'll pretend they're on different sides of the aisle, that they're left-leaning or right-leaning. They're all working together to accomplish the same goal, which is total control over the people under the elite of Edom. Edom being so-called white people, including the small hatters. They want to stay in power, and they want to control everything and everyone on this planet. I mentioned gradualism a few times. Here's the basic meaning of it. Gradualism, the belief in or the policy of advancing toward a goal by gradual, often slow stages. So increment after increment, step after step, until the goal is accomplished. It says in biology, the view that evolution, which they love this idea of evolution, so you can see why that's here. It says the view that evolution proceeds by imperceptibly small cumulative steps over long periods of time rather than by abrupt major changes. And they think they're actually going to take us into the next stage of human evolution with the technocracy that they're trying to create, where man and machine are mixed. And they think it's going to be gradual steps toward that. But this is all about to be cast down. Their world is about to fall, and they're going to be cast down. But, yeah, step after step, little step after little step. And this digital ID card, they want that to be in you. They want to put that in you. So we're just going to go here to Revelation 13 and 16, because these are small, gradual steps until this mark, this actual piece is inserted into your body. Little step after little step. Getting people comfortable with having to have a digital ID. Getting comfortable with people having synthetic objects implanted into them. Getting comfortable with having this one piece to participate in society, all the way into putting it in you. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, everybody, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So even the people in the UK, and the people in the US, and the people in Africa, the people in China, the people in Australia, everywhere, causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, to receive a digital ID in their hands or their foreheads, to just receive this digital microchip within them. They want this in them. And that digital ID is just a step into the way. And they're even making this one, or at least proposing that it be mandatory. they're going to force to cause 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. We're here at these times. They're not going to let you participate in their failing society unless you get these tokens. They don't want you in it. You gotta take this mandatory mark. But that's the point, just showing that they're gradually pushing towards the mark. They're getting there. We're watching it happen. And it's going to be very soon. So, Lord will, that was edifying. I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.